we spread love and positive vibes. Thank you so much to the new subscribers and the returning subscribers. We appreciate you. We don't take it for granted for supporting us for a whole year. And now we are starting the second year with you guys. And today we are going to look at the interesting similarities between Jamaica and some of the West African countries. We know so well the history of Jamaica. They originated from West Africa. They were captured and or sold as slaves, and the people were taken to Jamaica, and therefore we have the ancestors of the Jamaican people in West Africa. And therefore, these two people, the West African people and the Jamaican people, have a lot of similarities in their lifestyle, in the type of food they cook, in the language they speak, and also in their architecture. They have also similarity in the way they dance and the way they beat drums, their traditional songs and the way they play them. There is a lot of similarity. Guys, you cannot even imagine countries that are so many kilometers apart and separated by very many waters, and so many countries can have these similarities. So we are going to see a lot of sharing between the people of West Africa and the Jamaican people. We saw that they borrow a lot. The Patois language has a lot of borrowing from the Akan language and the Asante language from Ghana, from West Africa. So there is a lot of borrowing. Can I call it not really borrowing? There is a lot of sharing in the words that are spoken by the people of West Africa and the words that are spoken by the Jamaican people. If you listen to a Nigerian speaking and a Ghanaian speaking and a Jamaican speaking, there is actually a lot of similarity in the way they speak. And apart from that, the Jamaican people, the medicine they use, the traditional medicine they use, the herbs, the vegetables, the drinks, actually are heavy Africans. So Jamaica people use a lot of vegetables, a lot of herbs, a lot of drinks and traditional medicine that are actually heavily borrowed from West Africa. And therefore you'll find that these people are so similar, and not just Jamaicans. Most of the Caribbean countries have a lot of similarity between them and West Africa. Even the way they prepare food. The way the food is prepared outside, like Jamaica, you'll find them preparing their food outside using firewood. And you'll also find that even in Africa, even here in Kenya, there is a lot of similarity. Even the way the market is arranged in Jamaica. Actually, we saw when Shonagwa and Dimwango were in Jamaica, as they were moving on the streets of Trenchtown, the way the market is arranged, there is a lot of similarity. And actually, Odmaya talked about it. The way the markets are in Ghana is very, very similar to the way the markets are in Jamaica. The means of transport and the way people call, or rather, when people are on stage waiting for the buses or the matatu, here in Kenya we call them the matatu, the Nissans, the ones that carry people from one point to the other. In other words, public transport. Let me use that word. So the public transport and the touts, the people that are used to make the people enter the vehicle, they actually speak the same language in Jamaica as well as in Ghana. We saw in one of the Odmaya's video a Nissan carrying passengers, and the conductor, we call them here in Kenya conductors. I don't know what they are called in Jamaica. Actually, you can comment in the comment section below and tell us. So those people that call the passengers to enter the vehicle, they use the same language, they use the same way of hitting the vehicle so that the passengers can get in. There is a lot of similarity in the style and the way of life. So I was also talking about lighting fire outside and preparing the food from outside. This happens a lot in Africa, and it also happens in Jamaica. I cannot actually talk about the other Caribbean islands because I've not followed so much to know their way of life, but there is a lot shared by the Caribbean countries and Africa. Apart from that, the food prepared, guys, you will not believe it. There is a lot of similarity in the type of food prepared in Jamaica specifically and the food prepared in Ghana or Nigeria, those West Africa countries. So we are going to look at the type of food prepared and the similarity between the foods of Jamaica and the foods of Ghana or Nigeria. So without further ado, let us go to the similarity between the food prepared in Jamaica and the food prepared in Ghana or even Nigeria. Guys, Jamaica, plantain are very common. People take and eat a lot of plantain. Actually, we heard Dimongo says she has changed in her weight because of eating plantain. Plantain is eaten in West Africa and it is also eaten in Jamaica. Also here, slowly by slowly, plantain is coming in Kenya. Actually, if you go to some of the hotels in Kenya, they are preparing plantain, which was not actually a common dish in some years back. But today, we have a lot of plantain that is being cooked in the hotels and even in homes. When we come to Jamaican food, we have fish and peas, similar to, so I'm going to mention the food prepared in Ghana and the similarity of the food prepared in Jamaica. So we have okra, fish, and fufu. This is a food I believe that is prepared in Ghana and it is also prepared in Nigeria. Okra, fish, and fufu. And they actually use hands to eat that food. This one is similar to Jamaica, fish and red peas soup, fish and red peas soup, which is actually accompanied by dumplings. And you can see that the dumplings are actually acting like fufu. And the soup, the fish soup, the fish red pea soup is actually similar to the okra fish soup that is eaten with fufu. So there is a lot of similarity in the dishes prepared in Jamaica and West Africa. Apart from that, the seafood is common to the two, can I call them countries? To the two countries. The seafood is loved in Jamaica and it is also loved in Ghana. In Jamaica, there is snapper, which is accompanied with bumming, fermented cassava bread. So there is that fish, which is actually accompanied, the snapper, which is accompanied by bumming, fermented cassava, and cassava bread. While in Ghana, it's tilapia fish with banku, a fermented corn. So you can see that there is part of fermented cassava bread, and in Ghana there is fermented corn. So this is similarity between the type of food eaten in Jamaica and the type of food eaten in Ghana. So this is seafood, which is loved both in Ghana and Jamaica, especially grilled fish. So Jamaica, there is the snapper, which is eaten along with burning fermented cassava bread, while in Ghana, it is tilapia, which is actually grilled fish, which is eaten with banku, a fermented corn. There is also coconut drink in both countries, Ghana and Jamaica. And there is also the eating of the jelly, which is actually inside the coconut. After removing the coconut drink, you eat the jelly in both countries. And I also saw the same happening in all the countries the Mwango has visited. There is a lot of coconut drinking and the jelly being eaten. There is also similarity in the means of transport. Jamaica, they use the route bus for transportation, while in Ghana, they use Toronto for transportation. So the means of transportation is actually similar to both Ghana and Nigeria. Actually, when it comes to traditional dancing, these two countries or the two regions, West Africa and Jamaica, they have a lot to share in terms of beating of the drums, the dancing, the traditional dances, and a lot of sharing in the culture. So you'll find that there is a lot of sharing when it comes to culture. What about Christianity? Christianity in Nigeria and Ghana is very, very rampant. People believe in Christianity. While in Jamaica, we saw the majority of the people are actually Christians. There is also similarity in the Rastafarian practice, which is practiced here in Africa, and it is also practiced in Jamaica. So you can see there is a lot shared by Jamaica, though it is so far away from Africa. There is a lot of sharing, and having in mind that most of the Jamaicans came from West Africa, we can actually understand why there is a lot of borrowing from the two countries. Kindly comment in the comment down below if you know other things that are similar to West Africa and the Caribbean islands, and we are going to appreciate. Thank you so much once again for watching us. See you during the next video. Bye bye and God bless.